right. Okay, I think I'm gonna check, but I think, ooh, we are live. Yes, we are live. Great. Okay, so let's check and let's answer the question. What are we going to study today? Oh, I gotta send my welcome comment. Here it is. Hello, hello. Welcome to this live English lesson. Okay, Mohammed Salar says hello. Hello, hello. Welcome. So what are we going to study today in this lesson? Great question. We're going to watch a conversation, the one over there, analyze the conversation, talk about phrases and vocabulary, use pictures to help understand, take 2 quizzes, and have some fun. So let me give you a quick preview of the different phrases we're going to talk about. The theme today is the idiom wet behind the ears. So I'm going to give you other ways and explanation for wet behind the ears. I'm going to give you other ways to say the sentence or the question, what do you mean? Other ways to say, you don't have web design skills? And other ways to say, I know how to. Then we'll have our first quiz. Yes, that's right. Then we'll continue with the conversation. I'll give you other ways to say the sentence, can you create a website? And also, I get paid more than you. We'll talk about that. And I'll give you other ways to say, how in the world? Okay, so I think we're ready to get started. The first thing we're going to do is watch the conversation all the way through. Here we go. Enjoy.
I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are.
What do you mean?
You don't have any web design skills at all.
I know how to turn on the computer.
Can you create a website?
Well, I use websites on my phone.
You are so wet behind the ears.
I'm still getting paid more than you.
How in the world did you get hired to work here? Okay, and you probably know by now, when I hear the music at the end, I have to dance a little bit. Okay, so that was the conversation. And now what we're going to do is we're going to break it into sections and we're going to analyze, talk about it. And if you guys have comments, you have questions, let me know. If you have other ways to say the things that I'm going to say, help me out and we can do it together. Okay, here we go. The first part of the conversation. I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are.
I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are. So, are we talking about water? No. Even though it has the word wet in it, we're not talking about anything that has to do with water behind the ears. This is the idea that someone is very inexperienced, immature, amateur, unskilled, untrained, and unqualified. So all of these words down here have a similar meaning to wet behind the ears. Okay? All right, let's see. In the comments we have Kizil Fatuleva. Welcome to the lesson. All right, so let's do some pronunciation. Repeat out loud after me. Here we go. Inexperienced, immature, amateur, unskilled, untrained, unqualified. So in the conversation, when she says,
how wet behind the ears you are. I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are.
I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are. I can't believe how inexperienced you are. I can't believe how unskilled you are. And the whole list, right? So if someone describes someone else as being wet behind the ears, it's not really a compliment. It might be the truth, right? Maybe the person has no experience at all. But yeah, just means someone's inexperienced, immature, amateur, unskilled, untrained, or unqualified. All right, let's continue with the conversation. All right, let me move something over here. Let's see. Layla Almeida says, good morning. Good morning. Kizil Fetuleva says, don't you have lives on Instagram anymore? Yes, I do. I do on Sundays. I do a live on Instagram. And then on Mondays and Thursdays, I do lives on YouTube. Okay. All right, let's continue with the conversation.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I think it's a good idea to find other ways to say, what do you mean? Here we go. And if you guys have other ways to say, what do you mean? Let me know in the comments. Okay, what are you trying to say? That's another way to say, what do you mean? What are you trying to communicate? Or I don't understand what you're saying to me, right? So instead of asking a question, what do you mean? We can make a statement and just say, I don't understand what you're saying to me, right? And another statement, not a question, but a statement is, what you're saying is not clear, right? So Saddam Deng says, hello, 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 right? So in the conversation, when he says,
what do you mean?
He could be saying, what are you trying to say? Aha, Mustafa RZ says, can you paraphrase your words? Aha, Benny Beth says, what are you talking about? Right. See, there are so many ways to say something similar. Some people might think that's frustrating, that it's not good. It's, wow, how can I remember all of them? I think it's an opportunity, because when you learn different ways to say one thing, you probably learn other ways to say other things, and you learn new vocabulary. So it's a good thing. Oh, Mustafa RZ says hi, by the way. Hello. Okay, so what do you mean? How about we do some pronunciation? Repeat after me. What do you mean? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to communicate? I don't understand what you're saying to me. What you're saying is not clear. And like you guys said in the comments, can you paraphrase that, right? Can you say it a different way? Can you use other words to explain it to me? And Benny Beth, like she said, what are you talking about? Right? So in this picture down here, we just have a big red question mark right in the middle. And everyone around the outside has their head down. And I guess there's a lot of confusion. Nobody knows what's going on. Okay, so let's continue with the conversation. Here we go.
You don't have any web design skills at all.
You don't have any web design skills. Right. So let's see if we can find other ways to say you don't have web design skills. And web design skills, designing websites, building things online that look nice and people want to use and stuff. So the girl is saying to the guy, you can't do that. You don't have the ability. So she could have said, you don't have any ability with web design. You are untrained and inexperienced with web design. You have no expertise at all with web design. Okay, so the word expertise means that someone is an expert at something. They have a very high level of knowledge, right? So if someone says to you, you have no expertise, but then they say at all, as in you have 0% Nothing. Nothing at all. Untrained, you have no skills, right? You have no experience. Inexperienced, you don't have any ability with web design. Mustafa RZ says, you are extremely novice in web affairs. Right. I think you could say, you are an extreme novice. You are an extreme novice in web affairs. Right. Okay, so, all right, so these are other ways to say you don't have web design skills. All right, once again, you don't have any ability with web design. You are untrained and inexperienced with web design. You have no expertise at all with web design. All right, let's hear her say it one more time.
You don't have any web design skills at all.
And I can't say that she sounds really rude. She's just kind of being direct. You don't have any web design skills. She's just kind of saying it what it is, right? All right, let's see. Here we go. Next section.
I know how to turn on the computer.
Aha. I know how to turn on the computer. So here are other ways to say I know how to, right? Layla Almeida says he can learn. Yes. Okay, you could say I know how to do something. I can do something, right? You could say I'm able to. I'm able to do something. It's something I can do. I have the capability to ... I have the capability to do something. I am knowledgeable about something. Kind of a long word. We'll get right back to it. You could also say I'm experienced when it comes to ... right? Mustafa RZ says I can manage turning on computers. Right? I have that ability. So I know how to. The simplest way is just I can, right? I can do something. But these are other ways that show, if you use these other ways, it shows that your English is more advanced. Right? Okay, so I know how to, I can. I'm able to. I have the capability to. Right? I am knowledgeable about. Knowledgeable just means you have the knowledge, right? You're able to do it. Knowledge and understanding the information in your brain or the experience, right? I'm knowledgeable about. I'm experienced when it comes to turning on the computer. This guy down here, I picked the picture because he looks confident, right? He's like, yes, I can do anything. Yes, I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of knowledge. I can do it, right? So he kind of looks like an adventurer, someone who travels around the world, but he knows how to do things, right? He's confident. All right, here we go. Let's just repeat this part because I think we're just about ready for a quiz.
I know how to turn on the computer.
Aha. Okay, guess what time it is? Yes! Woo! It's time for a quiz. Here we are. If you're ready for a quiz, let me know in the comments. I have my glasses. I'm ready to go. Right? Let me put it back at the beginning and get my quiz ready. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Mustafa RZ says, doubtlessly. Yes, I woke up this morning ready for a quiz. Question number 1. What is not a similar way to say wet behind the ears? Here are your choices. Invisible, inexperienced, immature. And here's your music. Okay, so what is not a similar way to say wet behind the ears? Well, the answer is invisible, right? And like, yeah, you can say A, B, or C, or you can just put the word. That's up to you. No problems. You can also say 1, 2, and 3. But the answer is invisible. So before, Mustafa RZ says, superb music. I agree. This wonderful music for taking a quiz. So we talked about wet behind the ears. Let me go back and we'll find it. So immature, inexperienced. Those words look very familiar. Inexperienced, immature. So these are ways to say wet behind the ears. Invisible doesn't fit. Because invisible is just when you can't see someone, right? Like maybe they're a superhero and poof, they can disappear. I don't know. But it doesn't mean wet behind the ears. Okay? All right. And Layla Almeida says, me too. I like this music. All right. Question number 2. The 2 people in the video are likely best friends, co-workers, or neighbors. The 2 people in the video are likely best friends, co-workers, or neighbors. What do you think? Here is your study music. Okay. All right. Huda Alnansauer says hello. So I'll say hello. And Huda Alnansauer says, are you still on live? I think so. Yes, I'm live right now. Okay. So the question is, the 2 people in the video are likely, and the answer is co-workers. Right. Right. Okay. So let's quick take a look at the video. And just to kind of get the idea that they're coworkers, because best friends, they might be good friends, or might be friends, but I don't think it quite fits the situation. And neighbors, it's possible, but I don't think that's what they're talking about.
I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are.
What do you mean?
You don't have any web design skills at all.
I know how to turn on the computer.
Okay, so they're talking about work, things that they need to do at work, right? So it's most likely that they're co-workers. Okay, question number 3. Juicy apples. Here we go. They probably work for some type of company. They probably work for some type of company. Here are your choices. Medical, insurance, technology. What kind of company do they work for? Here we go. Here's your music. Okay, so they probably work for some type of, based on the information we have, they're talking about web design, stuff like that. So the answer is technology, right? Okay, your answers are great. And let's see, medical would have to do with medicine, right? Doctors and hospitals and stuff like that. Insurance is what you pay for to protect yourself if something goes wrong. You can have home insurance, you can have medical insurance, you can have car insurance, but that's not the kind of company that they're working for. They work for a technology company because they're talking about web design, right? And doing things on the internet and computers and stuff like that. And he knows how to...
I know how to turn on the computer.
Woo! Oh yeah. Okay, so we just did the first quiz. If I say the first quiz, that means we're going to have a second quiz. All right, let's see. Couple comments from Mustafa RZ. I'll read your first one. It says, but he will bite off more than he can chew because he is a novice in designing web pages. Right, right, bite off more than he can chew means to get involved, do too much, and he can't handle. Right, nice use of the idiom. I love idioms. And let's see, you also say he doesn't have enough knowledge about cutting edge technology. I mean web designing. Right, I agree, Mustafa RZ. And we'll find out more information in a moment. Okay, so let's continue on in the conversation. Let me just get it here. All right, we're going to move forward in it. Here we go.
Can you create a website?
All right, can you create a website? All right, so down here, the picture, all different designs of websites, right? Web pages, web design. So this is the kind of company that they work for. So here are other ways to say, can you create a website? All right, and in the comments, if you have other ways to say this question, let me know, okay? Can you build a website? Can you construct a website? Are you able to set up a website? Do you have experience creating websites? All right, so they're very similar. Sometimes only a couple words change, but the ability to say things in a different way, a slightly different way, but similar meaning, just means that your English is going to a higher level, right? So can you create a website? Can you build a website? Can you construct? Build and construct are pretty much the same thing, right? If we talk about construction, where people are building buildings or houses or something like that, construct, right? Build, construct. Are you able to set up a website, right? A website has different parts. The HTML, the coding, the design, the layout, maybe the templates, stuff like that. So if you set up something, you put the pieces together and you build it, right? Let's see, Mustafa RZ says, are you such a professional one to build a website? All right, right. So are you professional enough to do it? Oh, and this one is a question. I've got to make sure I have the question mark. Do you have experience? Do you have the skills? Do you have the ability when it comes to creating websites? Right. All right, can you create a website? How about we do some pronunciation? Because pronunciation is awesome. Okay, repeat after me. Can you create a website? Can you build a website? Can you construct a website? Are you able to set up a website? Do you have experience creating websites? And then we'll just do the word, everyone say construction. All right? And Mustafa says, are you skillful in designing websites? Sure, right. Do you have the skills? Are you skillful? Maybe are you a professional or are you just a beginner? Are you a novice, like a beginner? You're starting to build them? Or are you very skilled? Do you have expertise? Remember we did the word expertise before. You're an expert. All right, so she asks,
Can you create a website?
Well, I use websites on my phone.
You are so wet behind the ears.
You are so inexperienced. All right.
You are so wet behind the ears.
I'm still getting paid more than you.
Uh-huh. Now it gets interesting. All right. I get paid more than you? Hmm. Something doesn't make sense. But first, I'm going to give you other ways to say I get paid more than you. And if you guys have other ways to say I get paid more than you, it doesn't have to be the exact same meaning, but something similar. We're trying to communicate the idea that the man with no skills, he can only turn on the computer, he gets paid more than the girl, and the girl has a lot of skills. Okay, you could say my salary is higher than yours. Let me move my mouse out of the way. He also could say my pay is greater than yours is. My earnings surpass yours. And I'll come back and explain the word surpass in a moment. All right. My income exceeds yours. The company pays me more than you. Okay. So all of these are similar, not exact, right? Because the words aren't exactly the same. Excuse me. Okay, but they're similar to I get paid more than you. Okay, my salary, right? Salary is just what the company pays you. It could be a combination of things. It could be the money that you get. It could also be the benefits. Maybe you get insurance, medical insurance. Maybe they give you money. Maybe they give you a car if it's, you know, a very serious, high-ranking position. The salary is like kind of your package. What you get. Most people think of it as the money as the pay. My pay, the money that the, you know, down here, ching ching, bling bling bling, the money that they give is greater than yours. My earnings, very similar to salary and pay, right? My earnings surpass. Surpass means that if something is here, something else surpasses it, right? It goes over it. It's greater than. So his earnings surpass hers, right? Surpass means like greater than, is higher than, okay? My income, well, just another way to say earnings or salary. My income exceeds. Exceeds is another way to say surpass. To be greater than, right? Exceeds, same thing. Something is here, something else exceeds it. It's higher. And the last one, the company pays me more than you, right? So let's do some pronunciation. And if you guys are doing pronunciation, put some apples in the comments. Let's see. Mustafa RZ says, I gain more than you. I gain. Gain doesn't quite fit. It's the right idea, right? Because you can say gain weight. And if you gain weight, then you know, maybe you get fatter or your weight is going up. But in this situation, gain doesn't quite work with the salary. I gain. It's the right idea, but the context is just not quite. So I gain more than you. You probably have to go with I get paid more, my earnings are more, they pay me more. Layla Almeida says she should earn more. I agree, but something is strange in this situation. All right, back to our pronunciation. Repeat after me. I get paid more than you. My salary is higher than yours. My pay is greater than yours. My earnings surpass yours. I don't know why, but they do. Okay, I need to stay focused. All right, repeat after me. My income exceeds yours. And the last one, the company pays me more than you. Okay, so I see some apples from Mustafa. So green apples or red apples, that's up to you, or any kind of fruit. I don't care. That means that you're doing pronunciation. All right. And let's see, Mustafa also said, thank you for correcting me. No problem. That's my job as a teacher, right? To improve your ability to use words in the right context, right? Okay. So, all right, so he says,
I'm still getting paid more than you.
ooh, and he's not very nice about it, right? He's like, I'm still getting paid more than you. Aha.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
How in the world did you get hired to work here? So let's talk about other ways to say the first part of the question. How in the world? Right? And dot 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 means get hired to work here. So the full question is, how in the world did you get hired to work here? Ah. Layla Almeida says, maybe it's better that she starts looking for another company. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, here we go. Here are other ways to say how in the world as the first part of the sentence. How is it possible that, all right, I can't believe that you got hired to work here. It's insane that you make more money than I do because you have no skills, but they pay you more. It's ludicrous that your salary is higher than mine. It's ridiculous that you get more money than I do. And it's absurd that, that I don't make as much as you do and I should be making more. All right. So if you noticed, it's a question at the beginning. How is it possible that you get hired? How in the world did you get hired to work here? How is it possible that you got hired to work here? The bottom ones, we kind of switched it around to a statement. But the idea is that we're still surprised. And it's something that just doesn't make sense. And we're trying to communicate that it's not right, right? It's insane. It's crazy. It's crazy that you make that much money. I can't believe it. It doesn't make sense. It's ludicrous. Ludicrous just means ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. Insane. Ludicrous is similar to absurd and ridiculous, right? So in this situation, the man is making more than the girl, but the man has less skills than the girl, so it seems like she should be making more money. There must be some other extra reasons. Okay, so let's see. All right, here she goes.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
Okay, so in a moment we're going to answer the question, but first we're going to go back through the conversation and I'm going to quickly give you other ways to say all the stuff that we've been studying, okay? Oh, that's too far back. All right, here we go. So at the beginning,
I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are.
I can't believe how inexperienced you are, how unskilled you are, how untrained you are.
What do you mean?
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to communicate? What you're saying is not clear.
You don't have any web design skills at all.
You are untrained and inexperienced with web design. You don't have any ability with web design.
I know how to turn on the computer.
I have the capability to turn on the computer. I can turn on the computer. I'm able to turn on the computer.
Can you create a website?
Can you construct a website? Are you able to set up a website? You have experience creating websites.
Well, I use websites on my phone.
You are so wet behind the ears.
You are so inexperienced.
I'm still getting paid more than you.
Aha. My salary is higher than yours. My income exceeds yours. The company still pays me more than you.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
How is it possible that you got hired to work here? I can't believe that you actually got hired to work at this company. It's ludicrous. It's insane that you make more money than I do. And somehow they decided to hire you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to answer her question. So her question is,
how in the world did you get hired to work here?
right. So basically she's trying to say, how did you get hired? Right? I'm speechless. It's impossible that someone without any skills gets hired. So he's going to answer. He's going to answer, and maybe he'll say, let's see, let's go to his face. Maybe he'll say, my boss is married to my, no, let's see, the boss. The boss is married to my sister. And we golf all the time together. Makes sense. So he has an inside connection. See, Mustafa RZ, there's no problem how I'm wet behind the ears because I will give it a shot to learn. Or maybe he doesn't have to because he knows the boss. Okay, and if you guys have other ways to answer this question, how did you get hired? What do you think he would say? Let me know in the comments. Here's another possibility to how did you get hired? I have no idea. Someone really made a huge mistake. But it's working well for me. Okay, so here are a couple ways to answer this question, and we'll try to make it flow so you can see how it goes back and forth.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
The boss is married to my sister, and we golf all the time together.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
I have no idea. Someone really made a huge mistake, but it's working well for me because I'm getting paid without doing anything. Okay, so these could be maybe serious ways to answer, right? It's not fair, but it's serious explanation for what's happening. Let's do some ones that are not so serious. Okay, so she says, how in the world did you get hired to work here? And he says, I'm a secret government spy, and the boss is selling military secrets and donuts to our enemies. Ooh, I'm a secret government spy, and the boss is selling military secrets and donuts to our enemies. So she says, how did you get hired? Well, I have photos of the boss and his mistress locked in a safe box. The boss will never fire me. All right, let's see. Talis Salim Migohar says hello. I'll say hello. And Mustafa RZ says it's low-hanging fruit. Aha. It's so easy, right? He probably just comes into work and watches TV all day while the girl does all the work. Okay, so here are the answers to her question. We'll make it flow like a mini conversation.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
I'm a secret government spy, and the boss is selling military secrets and donuts to our enemies.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
I have photos of the boss and his mistress locked in a safe box. The boss will never fire me. Here's a word. Does anyone know what the word mistress means? In this context, I have photos of the boss and his mistress locked in a safe box. The boss will never fire me. So what does the word mistress mean? Anyone have an idea? Let's see, Talas Salim Migohar, it's low-hanging fruit. What does that mean? Low-hanging fruit is something that is really easy to do, okay? I think in my story on Instagram, I gave the example that the man, he had a medical degree, so he was a doctor, but he chose to clean toilets. And so his friend said, that's low-hanging fruit, right? You have the skills to do something much better. Why are you only cleaning toilets? So low-hanging fruit is something that's really easy to do. Just think of like a tree, right? If there's a big tree, and up on top you have the fruit which is hard to get, but down below you have the fruit which is very, very easy to get, and you just go grab it. So it's low-hanging fruit. It's something that is very easy to do. All right? Let's see. Layla Almeida says mistress. Aha. We're trying to figure out, does anyone have an idea what does the word mistress mean? All right. Tala Salim Migohar says, thanks. You're welcome. All right. So he says, I have photos of the boss and his mistress locked in a safe box. Okay, so pictures of the boss with another woman. Excuse me. But guess what? The mistress is not his wife. So he's cheating on his wife with another woman. And a word for that is mistress, right? It's kind of like you have a wife, but you also have a girlfriend that you're trying to hide. So the mistress is not the wife. He's having what you call an affair. So this guy, he has photos of the boss and the boss's mistress locked in a safe box. So he has a little bit of power over the boss, because I imagine that the boss doesn't want his wife to know that he has a mistress, another girlfriend, right? Let's see. Layla Almeida says master. Well, mistress would be the opposite of master, but in this situation, master doesn't fit. Master and mistress could be, let's see, like maybe in the old times when rich people had a lot of, well, they probably still do, servants around the house. And the rich people at the top are the ones telling all of the servants what to do. And so the servant might say, yes, master, or yes, mistress, something like that. But that's a different situation. But here, mistress is like a secret girlfriend, and you don't want your wife to know about it, right? Okay. So we gave you other ways. Oh, Layla Almeida says sorry. No need to say sorry. There are many words in English that have different meanings depending on the context. So I love questions. It was a great question. All right. So I think we finished the conversation. What we're going to do now is we're going to watch the conversation all the way through. And then, of course, quiz number 2. Let's see. Mustafa RZ says a woman who had control over or responsibility for someone or something. Aha. Right. And that fits the situation perfect if she's like the owner of the house, or she is wealthy and in control of things, and people who report to her might say mistress. In my experience, it's kind of an old term. I don't know how much it's used that much. And in this specific situation here, another way to say it would be like hidden girlfriend, forbidden girlfriend, because the boss is married to another woman. Okay. So let's watch the conversation all the way through, and then we'll do the second quiz. Here we go.
I can't believe how wet behind the ears you are.
What do you mean?
You don't have any web design skills at all.
I know how to turn on the computer.
Can you create a website?
Well, I use websites on my phone.
You are so wet behind the ears.
I'm still getting paid more than you.
How in the world did you get hired to work here?
Okay, I think, oh, I'm still wearing my glasses, so great. Let's jump right into the quiz. All right, question number 1. What are 2 other ways to say salary? What are 2 other ways to say salary? Here are your choices. Earnings, income, money, hiring, pay, benefits. What are 2 other ways to say salary? We go with your lovely music. Here it comes. Okay, what are 2 other ways to say salary? Okay, I see mixed answers in the comments. Woo! So the correct answer is earnings and income. So let's take a look. All right. Let's see. Pay is the money, right? Benefits are going to be the extra stuff apart from the money. All right, and here we're going to be more focused on the money itself. All right, so we have earnings and we have income. Pay and benefits is really close, right? Money and hiring, money makes sense, right? But hiring, it doesn't work, right? Because hiring just means bringing new people into the company to work. All right, so 2 other ways to say salary. The best answer is earnings and income. Pay and benefits, I know it's so close, right? It's very close. Let's go back to where we had studied salary. Let's see. I get paid more than you, right? My salary is higher than yours. My pay, my earnings, my income, pay. So we're really focused on the money. Blah, bling, bling with the picture, right? We're just really focused on the money part of this. The benefits are part of the package, like the salary package, but when we're just focused on the money, we have earnings and income. All right, there we go. All right, even though you put pay and benefits, we're still in the right area, right? Money and hiring just doesn't work, but the best answer is earnings and income. Okay, question number 2. From the conversation, we know the man is able to use on his phone. Once again, from the conversation, we know the man is able to use on his phone. The home screen, the camera, the browser. What do you think? Here's your music. Okay, so the question is, well, it's a fill in the blank type of question. From the conversation, we know the man is able to use what on his phone? The answer is the browser. And to find this answer, we need to go back to the conversation, right? So I know how to turn on the computer. Can you create a website And I think the answer to this question will be right after she talks.
Can you create a website?
Well, I use websites on my phone.
Aha. Well, I use websites on my phone. So basically, we need to know which one of these three allows him to use websites on his phone. And the only one that fits is the browser. As far as I know, you cannot access the internet using the camera or the home screen. The home screen is just the place where you put all the icons and the different apps and stuff like that. But the browser could be like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Opera. There's a whole bunch of browsers. But you use the browser to access the websites. Okay. Oh, Layla Almeida said, what's the meaning? Oh, she got it. All right. So a browser, just think of like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, something like that. It allows you to go around on the web. Okay? Question number 3. What do you think about the man earning more than the experienced girl? Once again, what do you think about the man earning more than the experienced girl? Here we go. Here are your choices. It's unfair and upsets me. Or, life is not fair. Get over it. Your choice. Let me know. Okay, so this is what you would call an opinion question, right? So the answer is going to depend on your opinion and what you think about it. All right, so in the comments, I see angry faces. Mustafa RZ says, I see eye to eye with Bunny. Eye to eye means I agree with her, right? We think similar things. Okay, so it's going to depend on you, right? Some people will say, this one, it's unfair and it upsets me. Other people might say, well, life is not fair. You have to get over it. Get over it means to move on, right? There are things that happen that we don't like, but we need to move forward anyway, because we'll kind of waste time trying to complain about things. So if you choose this one or this one, it's going to be your choice. And it gets even more tricky because it depends on your point of view, right? If you're this guy, if in the conversation you're the guy, right? He's probably like, life is not fair, get over it. But if you're the girl, you're probably like, it's unfair and it upsets me because I work so hard and you get more money than I do, right? So, I'm going to say this one will depend on your opinion. I think, and this is my opinion, you don't have to accept it, I think in the long run, there is a lot of things in life that are not fair. And unfortunately, that is the reality. That's just how it is. And if we always try to complain about everything that's not fair, then we're going to be spending a lot of time complaining. And if we complain about everything that's not fair all the time, then we don't have much time to work on our goals and do things, right? So it's going to really depend on your point of view on this one. See, hopefully make you think a little bit. Okay, all right, let's see. Layla Almeida says maybe she hasn't a choice, right? Maybe she. See, Bunny Beth says true and it's sad. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of things in life are not fair, and it's kind of how it works. All right, let's see. Mustafa RZ says, let's keep a stiff upper lip in similar circumstances to be happy. Aha, this is a perfect situation for the idiom keep a stiff upper lip. Keep a stiff upper lip just means to control your emotions. You have emotions and you feel it and you're like, that pisses me off, but you don't let it out. You don't start screaming and yelling and moaning and whining. You try to stay calm. You don't like it, but you're able to move forward somehow. Let's see, Layla Almeida says there are many cases like that. Yes, that's right. I agree. All over the world, right? Things are not fair. But in general, this is one thing that we can say is true. It's hard to disagree on this. Life is not fair, right? And if we like it or we don't like it, that's just how it is sometimes, right? Okay, so, all right, let's see. That was the quiz. That was the second quiz for today. All right, you guys were great, wonderful, with so many great comments and questions too. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's review. What did we accomplish today? All right, did we watch a conversation? Well, I think we did. Did we analyze the conversation? Oh yeah, we did. Talk about phrases and vocabulary? Well, let's take a look. What kind of stuff did we talk about? Wet behind the ears. What do you mean? I don't have web design skills. I know how to. See what else? Can you create a website? I get paid more than you. How in the world? And then we answered the question at the end of the conversation, right? When she says, how in the world did you get hired to work here? And of the choices, I think my favorite choice was, I'm a secret government spy, and the boss is selling military secrets. Sounds very serious. And donuts to our enemies. Ah, not the donuts. Okay, so we talked about phrases and vocabulary, and we used pictures to help understand. We took 2 quizzes. That's right. And hopefully we had some fun. I know that I had a lot of fun, and I'm still wearing my glasses. Okay, so if you enjoy this material, feel free to subscribe and get your friends to subscribe. And everyone, well, here's the animation. Woo, ah, woo. Okay, so our motto is at Abolingo, improve your English and become more valuable. All right, so as you improve your skills, you're able to provide more value to people, right? You're able to be more competitive in the market. Like this guy in the conversation, if suddenly the boss leaves and he has no friends that can protect his job that he's not really working in, he's going to be fired. So it's probably a good idea for him to learn some real skills and become more valuable. Okay, so I'm going to play the music at the end one more time, and then I'm out of here. Okay, and thank you everyone for attending. All right. All right, thanks, and we'll see you next time. All right.